Hi, I'm Fully Mill Fly Designer Tyler Boroff, and today we're going to be tying the Wader Midge. We're going to start with a size 22 5145 midge hook from Fully Mill and 12/0 wax thread in brown. We're going to tie it in here and we're going to keep it a little short. Once again, we're going to build a head and save some room for that. We're going to go ahead and trim that. We're going to take Masterclass 7X from Fully Mill as the rib. I tend to use it a lot. It's a great rib. It's very durable, and it helps with keeping the teeth off your thread, extends the life of the body. And like here, when I tie it in, I like to make my flies wider. You'll hear me say it a lot, instead of taller. So I tie on the far side. 3 to 4 wraps down, back up to my stopping point for my head, and then I'll build the body to create that taper. And with these new hooks, it's nice. You can go so far down the bend. It makes that bug look a little more realistic. It's not very short and stubby. Kind of more sprawled and stretched out and realistic. So I love this hook. We'll go ahead and use that 7X. And we're going to wrap up and rib this fly. Go ahead and tie this off with about 3 secure wraps. I'll trim that. We're going to take a piece of 1/69 inch wide pearl flash, tie that in up to the rib, and then we're going to wrap it about 2 to 3 times just to make it stand out a little better. And we'll tie that off. I'll do 2 wraps because I'm going to whip finish and cut this here. And then before we tie in our other thread, we're just going to take some UV resin, just a thin hard UV. I'm going to hit that body. This is going to help the body sit a little lower than the thorax and the wings we're going to put in. This also helps keep it a little prettier longer and doesn't start falling apart in a few fish. These midges are so small, so thin, so little to them. It doesn't take much to destroy them, so the more we can do to hold it all together, the better. And this is another fly designed for tailwaters. It's a perfect midge to represent these little tiny guys crawling up our waders here on the San Juan is where I saw them. They crawl on your waders by the thousands. And the cool part about them is if you look at them, pick them up by the wings and look at them, their belly, some are brown, some are olive, some are tan, some are cream. So having different colors in these is key. And they all have about the same wing. It's this double ply wing, and it's about kind of gray. So it looks a lot like CDC. And so that's what we're going to add here next. So let's go ahead and cure up this body here. As we're curing it, you can see here we went over the flash here too, which is a huge key trait because that would be the first thing that kind of gives up on this fly, is that little brittle flash there. So we UV'd all the way up the body to the tip of the UV here. Here we're going to take a 12/0, let's go 18/0 silk thread, because it lets us build that head without bulking too much, so we can have a lot of wraps in here. 5 wraps, pull tight, make sure that's stuck on there, cut the excess. And we're going to take the blue dun colored CDC feather from Fully Mill. This stuff is remarkable. It's very plush. Look, I'm just going to grab a random feather and not even look. Look how beautiful that is. So we're going to take that, and we're going to take these tips here. If you lick your fingers, kind of pull them, and it helps them stay pointed up at the tip. This, I'm going to want it to lay down about the length of the body. These things have a pretty big wing. Give it a wrap underneath it, pull it tight, and trim. I use a couple things for the second wing here. Usually, you know, the medallion sheeting is pretty good stuff. It is very thin and it tends to break off and become a piece of, just kind of looks like a destroyed wing. It doesn't keep its form very well. And then there's another option. You take a piece of the hook bags or your material bags, it's just the thin plastic coating, and use that, and it's way more durable. So we're going to use a piece of the bag. We're going to tie that in just over the top. A good measurement for width on there is just the gape of the hook. It's going to be about the same width as that you're looking for. And once again, we'll go ahead here and whip finish, but we're going to make some tight whip finishes in a lot of them since this is nice silk. Pull that tight. Trim the bottom. And then with this wing, I like to look at it from the top. And I want to get an angled cut, cutting the corners so that the CDC kind of shines through. And the point of the second wing is to really capture an actual air bubble in between the CDC and the fly for two reasons. One, because that's the realistic look of the wing as it's emerging out of the fly. But two, this is not going to fold over. So as that CDC gets wet and moves down, you still have that wing structure from this top wing here. So this is a perfect representation of a damaged midge or an adult midge that has either given up and sat on the water and died, drowned perhaps, and they're sipping them off the surface. Or it could be a drowned adult midge fished in a nymph rig just below the surface. The two ways I tend to fish it are either like this, behind a nice little midge dry. They tend to sip that just fine off the surface, or on a 2 to 3 nymph rig as that last fly on 6X, possibly 7X, so it can sit up high. So that air bubble is going to give it a little bit of buoyancy, just like foam would. So it's going to sit up like an emerging fly. And that's the Wader Midge.